Dragon Ball Legends. What could you say about a game so well known, so put out there as one of the best gacha games ever, so renowned in such nice mannerisms, but yet also having such terrible decisions made consistently throughout the years, and despite this consistency, still selling as one of the best gachas to exist in the entire market. Today, I am here to go over the, premise, or at least my concept of the worst thing ever at Dragon Ball Legends. Now, again, this is my opinion. Clearly, there's other things. There's actually things that are in the game that are really good to be added, that haven't been added yet to the actual full game that we play. Looking at you, Mr. Gauge Lock that exists there, which has been there for years, by the way. I am still just wondering, that would that would solve a lot of things that are automatic in this game right now, which is a whole other dilemma. It's not going to be part of this, but we have good things that are in the assets that aren't being added. Yet, the bad things, which one of them, the best one, the worst of the best, I guess you could say, is this right here. And that is going to be red stars. 14 stars, 7 plus stars, right? Whatever you want to call it, 8 star, 9 star, 10 star, 11 star, 12 star, 13 star, 14 star, and how badly it was implemented. Though, I do think there are positives, which I'll get to afterwards, because this is talking about the worst thing, not the best thing. There's positives to some of these bad things, but this probably has the biggest negative to positive ratio in its entirety. And why is that the case? Well, let's get into it. So, fun fact about red stars, which I'll have pulled up here for you, as well as just show you straight up right now. What Red Stars has done is create this, stat change, right? You look at this here, kind of again, will be on screen, but I'll just show you right there, where it goes from 100 Z power, K character acquired, normal, 200 Z power, status up 5%, status up 5%, at 1 stars. Great, awesome. That keeps going. Now, with how it was prior, you would get it where you have a unit 6 stars, and then there was no need to summon more. So, what most players would do, myself included, when you had this old star system prior to 14 stars, was you get to unit to 3 star, 4 star. Maybe you cared enough for 5 stars, maybe. I don't think you needed to particularly. You did get the extra Z ability at 5 stars, the current 6 stars Z ability with the red stars implemented at 5 stars back then. So maybe you went for 5 stars. If you were a whale, you went for 5 stars, right? Now, with what it does is, while yes, you are obviously still going to get the stats up with the stars, what Red Stars has implemented, and again, you can see it right here, is from, let's look at it, 7 stars, 3% up, 8 stars, 3% up, 9 stars, 5% up. Now, that would be the old 6 stars, right? So that would have been 5% up there. Fine, no differential, but you look at it as a 6% difference, right? You go from 7 stars to 8 stars, 6% diff. If I'm at 3,000 Z power to 4,000 Z power, there's no diff. So what you can see, and we can go through it still, 10 stars, you have a 2% diff. 11 stars, you have a 2% diff. 12 stars, 2% diff. 13 stars, 2% diff. And then 14 stars, same Z ability, same as 7 stars to 14 stars. The problem with it being that you would have this high increment of stat increases, making it where you are much more persuaded in the idea of summoning, extra. You don't need to summon extra back then. When you pulled a 3-star or 4-star LF Super Vegito, were you like, oh no, I need to get him to 5 stars or 6 stars for him to be really good? No, for one, it was 600 Z power, right? You weren't persuaded as much even by the summon itself because everyone was fine at lower stars. You didn't need it. Again, 5 stars was kind of like the whale cutoff, right? It's your current 6 stars, but because of how Z power worked and how you didn't have so much status increases throughout the star increases because you only had 2 more stars to get, there was no incentive. And again, that kind of goes into where there's a little bit of a positive to this with Z power and things. And again, I'll get into that. But if I had this stat increase going from, okay, this new Super 17 dropped, or the new Nappa Vegeta dropped, right? I've seen some things about them. They seem pretty good. But a fun fact for these units, obviously more revivals than anything because their stats change when they revive. They're really star reliant. You have units that are really Zenka buff reliant, then you have units that are really star reliant, then you have kind of a mix sometimes. Not as much as, separate, but you kind of have that idea that, okay, well, either Zenkai buffs or star buffs. Which one are we going to go for on this one here? Kind of do, again, sometimes fit the same mold, but I've seen people defend red stars as if like, oh, this didn't mean anything. What did this do wrong to the game? Well, now you get more stats for higher stars. When new units drop, you're going to pull them more, meaning you're going to have higher stats, meaning it's going to be unbalanced PvP, and, you know, a little soft reminder here, Dragon Ball Legends is a PvP-based game, so having where it was, okay, these stats are a little bit uneven because here's this 5-star to this 6-star, oh dear heavens, what can I do? Now it's this 5-star to this 11-star, and it's like, oh, but they're the same unit. You will see a differential. If I use a 5-star Golden Frieza, right? Or you're using a 14-star Golden Frieza, same Zenko, same everything, you will notice a differential. Now, back then, yeah, there's a differential between a 3-star to a 7-star. 100,000%. The thing is, there was no force ability to summon. The thing with Legends, they're smart with this. They're stupid to implement it, but they're smart because it actually works out because, well, they'll make more money. So, you know, kudos to them, I guess. They amplify Z power a bunch. Again, not even talking about just multi-Z power, talking about your Ultra Banners. 5 copies, you done, buddy. Get the hell out. They're maxed. Could you ever imagine a concept where you max the unit in 5 copies? This ain't Dokkan. That's what goes on over there. Good for them. They could keep that. That's a PvE game, right? Keep that shit. In Legends, you max it at 5 copies. Do you know the differential between an Ultra at 5 stars to 14 stars? I know you do. I know you face them. I know you use the 5-star. Then you face the 14-star. You're like, wow, this is complete bullshit. You're right. You are completely right. Again. Oh, what they have done with the amplification of 1200 Z power on these banners, all this free LF Z power, all this free sparking Z power, all this free extreme Z power. I mean, like, it's good because of the situation we're in, because we have 14 stars, but I don't think anyone was complaining, like, this Z power drop is too low, we need more. No! No one was there! No one was saying that! People said that after red stars dropped. The whole thing that it creates is amplification of a system that's already unbalanced to more unbalance it to make more money. There is no actual, like, full net positive. Again, getting Z power is a positive because we now have the additional stars and we have now additional, I guess, wanting to pull copies. Because back then, I mean, pulling a unit from 6-star, 7-star, no one gave a fuck. No one was chasing that. Nobody really cared at all. And yet, they changed it because they wanted people to start caring about it. It's clearly a flawed thing. Again, I've heard things, I'll talk about the other one here, of the, you know, bad thing that Legends has added in its entire, you know, lifespan. But this, I can't find one redeeming quality that is not post its release. Pre its release, there's nothing. During its release, of, well, when it dropped and, I guess, kind of current because it's still released, there's no redeeming quality of this. It is just a money pit to further a money pit and unbalance something that was already unbalanced. Because kits are unbalanced. Then you add stars and stats that are unbalanced as well. How the hell could this have been good? This is the worst thing Legends ever done. And I'm not talking company-wise. I'm talking for the game-wise. Now, I'll just sidebar this into the leader slot because I've heard it time and time again. Oh my god, leader slot has ruined everything. Oh my days, oh my heavens. Now, I don't think leader slot's perfect. I ain't here to say all that, no. But, leader slot, at least you look at the concept and you're like, okay, I can slap this random unit on any solid team and try to use that unit. That is the concept on a foundational level, right? Try some random unit on any team. Now, clearly, there's going to be ways to abuse such a mechanic, right? Because let's say Golden Frieza, he has no team. Well, let's slap him on this other situation. Or let's say Super 17, he doesn't really want to be on this team, but he wants to, you know, fit over here. So let's slap him on leader slot there. Obviously, there's ways to abuse things that are really, I guess, meta-changing and meta-defining and, well, changing the entire state of the game. That's there. But at least you look at the intention of leader slot, it's like, okay, Blue Yamcha dropped. All right, well, he has no teams. He has no tags. So what do? We leader slot him. We throw him on the strike base Sun family. Or we throw him on this roster. I don't know. But at least it gives some... I'm really being generous with this wording here. It gives at least some purity to its concept of, hey, you know what? We tried to do something like a little bit different. Nothing like intended probably to like change the entire state of the game and how it works and, well, team building. They probably didn't mean for Leader Slot to do that. But they did. Again, it just felt like better intentions. You look at Red Stars, you're like, huh. So what's the intention here? Money. Yes, sir. Like, you know, that's what you're thinking when you're looking at this thing, right? And then when you look at Leader Slot, you're like, okay, there's surely some intention of money, of like, this not hype unit. Sure, let's give them a very good release, but they have no team, so Leader Slot fix. Sure, why not? I don't think we even really have that. I mean, I'm thinking about it. I don't... Like, some units are Leader Slotted, but it's just because they could be amplified more, right? Because, like, they need it particularly. We haven't had that yet, I would say. But with Red Stars, it's just, give me your money more, run them pockets, get that shit out. You're getting robbed. Point blank, getting robbed, buddy. And it's just much more blunt. I don't think there's a way to change this, by the way. I don't think they can go back on Red Stars. I don't even know. How could they? Like, like, I guess they can remove it, and sure, we just have the yellow stars again that we had, but would they? No. Why would you? As a company, why would you? It's just the worst thing they've ever added. It's good for them, bad for us. It's good for the producer, bad for the consumer. There's a lot of things like that just in industries, but Legends being kind of renowned as such a great game, and then also having that stain on it, and they have a lot of stains on itself, to be fair, but that big stain on it that's just like, this is genuine dog shit for everybody involved that's trying to enjoy the game, at least. It's interesting. And they actually got away with that, because no one liked it. Everyone hated this thing on its release, and people still do, right? People literally say, the star gap is crazy. If I had higher stars, I would have won. Because that's accurate. Maybe you wouldn't have won or anything, but, like, you know, things change because things are uneven. So if things were even, maybe it's more consistent in, well, who would win or lose. Fair. Logical. No one liked this. I'm surprised it's still in the game. I'm surprised they didn't even probably talk about any, like, feedback or backlash of it. Like, you're not supposed to as a company, but, like, you know, if people are really upset about something, you're going to buff Orange Piccolo, give him a plat, and Bujo, give him a plat. Why not at least discuss the premise of changing what Red Stars do? Like, you know, the stat increases being so drastically dramatic. 2%, 2%, 3%, 3%. Those sound low, but when it adds up to like 15 to 20% differential, that's high, right? I do hope nothing gets worse than, well, let's implement it again. Obviously, I'm not playing the game. I'm just here discussing it because I do think it is an interesting game to discuss with its highs and lows and its peaks and valleys and its decisions and, well, you know, monetarily and, well, consumer-based. They're going to be very much different decisions. By the way, no guild update yet. Don't know what the fuck's going on there. That's hilarious. They said that, like, 4 months ago. They said something in March, I'm pretty sure, about it's supposed to be in March. But whatever. Hey, what are you going to do? It's a company, so they're going to, you know, backtrack a lot. That's kind of the feel of it. What would you guys think of the worst thing ever added to Dragon Ball Legends? The reasoning behind it, if you agree or not. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm going to do the other videos as well. It's just this one. I want to do Legends stuff as well. Not playing it. No, I ain't having fun with that. But discussing it, I do think is a fun concept.